Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So, I'm here for a crochet catch up. It has been a couple of weeks since I did one and normally you would have seen it today already because I normally upload at 8 AM UK time. However, I had a really awful day yesterday and I just really wasn't up to filming last night ready for today. So I have finished work for the day and I am going to hope that by using my hotspot I should be able to film and upload on the same day. Fingers crossed. So hopefully it is still Friday. I mean, who knows what's going to happen. And also, to make up for the fact that I haven't been doing Saturday videos, there will be a Saturday video tomorrow of an exciting new project that I am planning to make. And I will go into details about that with you tomorrow, hopefully. So, Crochet Catch Up, that is where I fill you in on all the crochet stuff I have been up to for the past couple of weeks. Well, as ever, there is Tile of the Week, but they have their own segment on a Thursday. So the 2 tiles I have done in the last 2 weeks have already been featured on the channel. You may have already seen a video that I posted earlier this week talking about loveys that I have made, or was that last week? At some point in the last 2 weeks, I did a lovey video where I made 4 loveys, which is what I did within the last couple of weeks. I have started working on the magazine makes, but that has its own segment, so you won't be seeing that today, but I have been crocheting on it. What else have I been up to? The Impkin, that's going on in the background, but that has its own segments, so you're not going to be seeing that. But I do have an FO and a new whip to show you today. So there has been plenty of crochet, guys. Just a lot of it that you cannot see today. So what you see today isn't all of it, but it's some of it. So shall we get on with it? So I'm going to start with the FO. And actually, both things that I'm going to show you today is from the delightful, beautiful, amazing Jennifer over at Cinnamon Stitches. So I will link Jennifer down below. I will link her channel, and the 2 tutorials that I am following, they will be in the description box as well. So if you are not familiar with Cinnamon Stitches, I don't know how you wouldn't be, but if you're not, please go and check her out. She is a wonderful human being and I love her oh so much. And she really does have some beautiful tutorials and makes over on her channel, and I just love spending time with her and watching her videos, crocheting along and feeling like I am a part of her life. I'm really not, but that's how I feel when I watch her videos. She is the salt of the earth, tells it like it is, and is just so inspiring and incredible and wonderful. As you can tell, I love Cinnamon Stitches, and I think you would too if you know her. So yes, this should be entitled the Cinnamon Stitches episode, but we are still going to call it Crochet Catch Up. So the first Cinnamon Stitches that I am going to show you is not in this bag. Oh, Sam. Is in this bag here. And it is the second Boggy Creek blanket I've been making. I finished it, guys. Yes, I did. So I am well over the moon with that. Let me just finish digging out all the bits and pieces that I need to from my bag, and we shall see it in all of its glory. So this tutorial is actually Cinnamon Stitches making a bag. It's called the Funshine Bag, but the stitch that she used, rather than going in a circle, in a round to make a bag, I just did it backwards and forwards over and over again, flat, to make a Boggy Creek blanket out of the stitch. So I will link the Funshine Bag tutorial, of course, so that if you want to do that stitch in maybe a blanket or a different project, or even the Funshine Bag itself, because I have made one and I loved it, then you can click on that tutorial and Jen will show you how to do that. Now, for those of you that have been around a little while, you will know that I've been working on this, and I'm so pleased to get it done. Now, Boggy Creek Camp. We are doing a blanket drive. I believe this will be the 3rd year in a row. It is headed up by Nancy at She's Got Yarn Too, Lynette from Charm Grammy Crochet, Linan, Nina's Knots Crochet, and Billy the Crafty Floridian. I will put all of those ladies' channels down below as well. They will explain more on their channels, but essentially Nancy's mum, who's part of a women's group over in the US, heard about Camp Boggy Creek, asked Nancy to make a blanket or 2 that the women's group could donate. Nancy asked Lynette. Lynette said, sure, I'll make a couple, but hang on a minute. We have some big platforms here on the YouTube streets. Let's open it up to everybody and anyone who wants to make blankets for the kids that go to Boggy Creek Camp, and see if we can get way more than just the couple that they could do. And it basically blew up, guys. It absolutely blew up. Last year, the 2nd blanket drive, the 2nd year, there was 1,090 blankets donated from people all around the world, people from these YouTube streets, both content creators and non-content creators alike, people that don't even live in the US, such as myself. I made 4, Mike made 1, so that made a total of 5. I am pledging to hopefully double the amount of blankets I send this year. And I've just completed blanket number 2. Now, these blankets have to be 35 to 40 inches wide and 40 to 50 inches long. And obviously, if you use yarns that are easily washable, easily dryable, you know, long-standing, that can, you know, withstand quite a lot yarn, that would be brilliant. They take children, I believe, from the ages of 6 or 7 till about 17, and the difference for this camp is it is a camp for children who are chronically ill, the children that can't normally go to the average camp, because Camp Boggy Creek has an awesome cohort of staff who are medically trained. They have doctors and nurses and everyone that's needed to help those children with their medical needs while they are there. They have a medical base on camp, so all of their treatments and medications can be given out, and they can do pretty much what any other child can do at any other camp, because it is specially engineered to enable them to do so. And each illness, all the children with the same illness go at the same time. So you may have a week of children with leukemia, and then you might have a week of children with cystic fibrosis, all of those sorts of things. But yeah, Nancy will be able to tell you more. Now, we're just making them at the moment, guys. Do not be sending them to Nancy yet. She's not ready. We normally start sending them in around August time, and then they're normally delivered around February of the following year. So there's still plenty of time to get those Boggy Creek blankets made and washed and then sent to Nancy over in Florida, because that is where Camp Boggy Creek is. So now I've given you a rough overview of that. This is my 2nd one, and I was using the Premier Sweet Roll to make this one, shades of white, grey and purple. Now, if you're not familiar with Sweet Roll, they are a medium 4-weight. They recommend a 5.5 knitting needle and a 5.5mm hook. Machine wash, warm, tumble dry. This is in the colour Pansy Pop. It was made in Turkey, 100% acrylic, 245 yards or 224 meters, 5 ounces or 140 grams. And this is a part cake. I didn't need all of this cake to get myself to the length that I needed to go. And in actual fact, to make this blanket, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whole cakes and a smidgy bit from that one. That means that I have 2 whole cakes and this smidgy bit left. So that will go into another project some other time. It is one of my 24 goals for 2024 to always have a cinnamon stitches pattern on my hooks. Now this one is off the hooks. The whip you're going to see is the next cinnamon stitches that I have on the hook. Talking of hooks, I used my 6mm dots for this blanket. Yes, indeedy. And I did a teeny tiny single crochet, that's American terminology, US terminology, teeny tiny single crochet border of the leftover mandala ombre from Lion Brand to use up some of this scrap. This was left over from a lovey that I made. I used this goldy mustardy colour. Again, if you're not familiar with the Lion Brand mandala ombre, 5.3 ounces, 150 grams, 344 yards or 315 meters, machine washable and dryable, 100% acrylic, medium weight number 4. Recommends a 4.5mm knitting needle or a 5.5mm hook, but I just used my 6 for the whole thing. What else can I tell you? The colour is Tranquil, made in India. And like I said, it was already a scrap. I just used a little bit more of it. So this will go back in my scrap bin. But this whole blanket can be weighed and accounted for in my Stash Down 2024 because it's all yarns from my stash that were bought prior to 2024. These 6 labels will be put into my little folder that I keep them in to be counted at the end of the year for the total yardage I have used in the last year. So that's another 6 labels to go in there. I'm so excited. So 6 labels for my end of year total, a whole blanket to count towards June's Stash Down statistics, a second Boggy Creek blanket done and dusted. So I'm, you know, if I'm going to double it to 8, that is a quarter of the way. I'm already there and it's only June, which is amazing. And I think it turned out pretty awesome. And I'm going to show you now and see what you think. So I'm going to show it to you folded into quarters just for ease because I will not be able to get it all on screen. Here it is, guys. Look! Isn't it awesome? There's that little pop of mustardy gold around the edge, which just gives it a little bit of something in my opinion. A little pop of colour. And actually, I'm going to go against what I just said. I am going to completely unfold it because the last time you saw it, guys, I was where that blue stitch marker is, and I put in the rest of that and the little pop of colour border. So let's see if I can do this successfully. So here was where I was last time, and I have done all of this and put on that poppy border as well. So there we go. The beauty of this Funshine stitch, as I am calling it, is it is perfect for self-striping cakes. As you can see, I have a lot of self-striping cakes in my yarnscape behind me, and I, like cinnamon stitches, was struggling to know what to do with them, even though they are so gorgeous and I love a self-striping cake. This is gorgeous because you barely see where the colours break. It is texturous, lots of texture in this stitch. It looks the same on the front as it does on the back, so it is reversible. This particular yarn is really squishy and will be a really lovely thing. Oh, because I forgot to tell you, the blankets that are on the beds in the camp that the kids sleep in for their length of their stay, when they get to leave, they get to take these homemade blankets we've made them home as a forever memento of Boggy Creek as well. So I chose this colourway, A, because I had a lot of it in my stash, B, it could either be suitable for a girl or a boy, and also some of the older children that go to camp may not want all the bright fun colours that the younger do. They might want something a little bit more grown up and elegant. So I decided to go for this colourway, but I absolutely love it. So now I've just got to wash it and put it lovingly in a tote and wait to be able to send it to Nancy from about August-ish. Keep your eyes peeled on her channel. She will let you know when they can actually be sent in. And I am a quarter of the way to my target for Boggy Creek. That is fantastic. Again, thank you so much, Cinnamon Stitches, for a gorgeous stitch. I am addicted. I love it. It is so... you don't really have to think. You don't really have to count. It's not complex in any way. It is just joyful crochet, in my opinion. And I think it makes a really gorgeous looking blanket, and it uses up my self-striping cakes wonderfully. So thank you so much for that, Jennifer. Thank you, Nancy, for letting us donate again this year. And yeah, another lovely total of yarn used for stash down. So yeah, that is absolutely awesome. I am chuffed to bits and pieces with that one. So that is my FO, guys. That is my FO. Now, I only have one other thing to show you. And because, like I said, I've always got to have a Cinnamon Stitches pattern on my hook. I made that pledge as one of my 24 goals for 2024. I needed to get another one on my hook, right? So let me tell you and show you all about it. So there we go. For this one, I am using my 4.5mm dots, a blue one. There it is. And for this one, this again will count for stash down. I don't know whether I'll get it finished in June, but it might be for July stash down, but it's definitely stash down because I had one of these beauties in my stash. This is from Hobie. This is the Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe Shine. 250 grams, approximately 1,000 meters or 1,093 yards and 8.8 ounces. 96% cotton, 4% polyester. They recommend a 2 to 4, no, I'm lying. They recommend a 2.5 to a 3.5 millimeter knitting needles and a 3.5 to a 4mm crochet hook. Well, I'm using a 4.5 because I want it a smidgy bit drapier and I'm a super tight crocheter as well. It is a fine weight number 2. You can wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not bleach, do not tumble, do not iron. You can dry clean using P. Lay flat to dry. Made in Turkey. This is colour number 8. Because we all know that Hobie don't put the colour names on the yarn band, which is really annoying. Although, thinking about it, I do have my phone right here, so if I open up my Hobie app, I might be able to find a colour name for you. So bear with. Sultan Deluxe Shine. Okie dokie, and colour number 8. This is Imperial Purple. Okay, now what am I making with this gorgeous cotton cake, I hear you asking? Well, it is another one of my goals to make more hugs this year. This is going to be a hug for someone who I love very, very much. I'm not going to tell you who because that will spoil the surprise and they don't know that they will be receiving it. But yes, this is going to be a hug. Now, the tutorial that I'm using from Cinnamon Stitches is the Miss Libby shawl, which is a recent tutorial she brought out on her channel. And it has a very, very deep V, which means that it kind of shapes over your shoulders in a unique way, other than it being the flat top and a bit awkward and it slips off and slides and stuff. So Cinnamon designed this so that it wouldn't be so slip slidey. Now, I have gotten a little way already, guys, just saying. So here it is. Isn't it gorgeous? You can see that it went from yellow to a pale orange to a deeper orange. There we go. If I bring it back a bit, you can see the colour transitioning there. Absolutely stunning. So we are going into more of a more deeper orange with only a little bit of yellow left, and then we will be going into pure orange just for a bit, then orange and the lighter purple, then we'll be going into just the lighter purple, then we're going to bring in this medium purple, and then we're going to bring in the super dark purple. So there are 3 different shades of purple there. It is sparkly, it is gorgeous, it is so soft, it literally just collapses on itself. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Plenty enough yardage, because I think Jen only recommended you needed 600 yards and I've got 1093. So I'm going to do my very best to use as much of this cake as I physically can to make it the biggest, most enveloping wraparound hug of dreams. And like I said, there is the start of it. So yes, as I said, it is a very deep V, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I'll bring it in closer for you to look at it. I think I'm actually showing you the back. Of course I am, because, you know, isn't it stunning? Now, it's not going to be this same stitch all the way. I'm nearly done with this section, and then I'll be changing to another stitch. So yes, isn't it gorgeous? I cannot wait to see how it turns out, and it is so drapey and luscious and sparkly and just gorgeous. Look, you see it sparkling and twinkling. Beautiful. So yes, another goal, well, another 2 goals. Always have a cinnamon stitches pattern on your hook and more hugs and stash down. So, you know, this is a triple dip, I think. How wonderful. So yes, that is my whip that I am prepared to show you. Now, like I said, I've got some other whips going on, folks. I just can't show you them today because they either have their own segments or I have already shown you. So yes, lots of exciting, beautiful crochet things on the go. Love it. Thank you again, Jen, for another glorious pattern, another gorgeous make. And I will bring it back when I have made some more progress on it. Now, the beauty of Cinnamon Stitches tutorials as well is she actively encourages you to switch it up, to make it your own, personalize it. She kind of gives you a loose recipe and she shows you what she did for hers, but she encourages you, if you don't like this stitch, only do a few rows, then move on. If you love it, do extra rows. Just, you know, pick another stitch entirely that she didn't but has the same multiple. Basically, do you with her loose recipe, and her tutorials are also lovely videos to watch as well. They're so laid back, they're relaxed. She chats with you while she's stitching. She just has one of the best vibes on these YouTube streets. She really, really does. And I just wish I didn't live so far away, because it would be awesome to just sit and have a cup of tea and a good old chat and a good old crochet session with her. So I make do with making myself a cup of tea, grabbing a project to crochet along with her. And yes, Jen, if you're watching this, I answer you when you talk on your videos. If you ask us a question, I answer you. If I agree with you, I tell you I agree with you. I chat along with you, even though you can't hear me. Yes, I do. I consider you a friend, even though we have never ever met. So guys, if I have wet your whistle for any of these patterns, tutorials, or Cinnamon Stitches herself, all of the details will be down in the description box. Also, don't forget that I have also tagged the channels that are part of the whole Boggy Creek blanket drive. So if you're not familiar with them, go get yourself familiar. If you're able to make a blanket and ship it and donate it, it will be actively encouraged and widely appreciated. Yeah, let's just carry on with this glorious crochet joy of what we're making, how we're helping, and what we're achieving. And the designs that beautiful people make for us to recreate. I cannot thank them enough. Honestly, I really can't. Right. I'm going to stop blibber blabbering because I need to get this uploaded as quickly as possible so that hopefully you are still seeing it on a Friday. Also, my children are about to walk in the door from school. So I'm going to let you get going. Please have a wonderful weekend ahead. Like I said, I am going to film a cheeky Saturday video for you because I haven't done that for a while. And I'm really excited about a project that I am going to be getting involved with and featuring on the channel as well. So please head on over tomorrow to see that. Keep an eye on my channel to see if I schedule a live for tomorrow or not. I do not know at this moment in time whether the live will go ahead. But if it does, it will be awesome to see you there. Once again, thank you for your time and your support in any way that you can. Don't forget your thummies, guys. And I will see you very, very soon. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.